What's up, guys? It's Friday, May 8th, and welcome to another episode of the Moy Diaz Combat Pubcast. We have a lot to cover today. We had the UFC weigh-ins this morning. We had the Daniel Dubois, Fabio Wardley weigh-ins for the WBO heavyweight title of the world. And then we also had, of course, the aftermath of the press conference yesterday, and then the UFC White House press conference that they had. I'm going to jump into all that. Everyone made weight for the UFC. There was some controversy when it came to Khamzat Chimaev. I got to admit, man, he did not look great on the scales. There's, things coming out that he cut almost 40 pounds for this fight. I believe Arman Sarukian said that he cut 21 kgs, which is north of 40 pounds, He was one of the last guys to get to the scale. And I was watching some other channels, shout out Fight Society. He kind of broke it down where, you get on the scale, and they use the old school scales, with the weight and everything. So Strickland gets on the scale. He's up there. It takes a couple seconds to make sure that everything's balanced out, if they haven't moved it down or not. It took about 4 or 5 seconds for them to announce Strickland at 185. And he's probably a little bit under. I think they could have moved the weight a little bit down. He probably was 184 and a half. Khamzat gets on the scale, and 1 second after he gets in, that's not even enough time for the scale to calibrate to the weight. They shouted out 185, right on the money. Daniel Cormier sounded shocked when he heard the weight, because when he steps on, that scale hits the tabs, right, before it settles in to the middle, and then you equalize it with counterbalance weight. You could hear that thing pop back and forth when he stepped on the scale. And then even DC was like, oh man, it's popping. Like he thought it was going to be over. And then immediately they read 185, and everyone was like, wow, like really? Like that was fast. But that's the controversy. I don't know if he was on or he was off. Take it how you will, but he did not look great on the scales. But if you're cutting that much weight and he's already weighed in, he's going to start to rehydrate, throughout the day, throughout all day tomorrow. He's going to get a couple good, decent meals in. Guys, he weighed in at 185. Do not be surprised if Khamzat Chimaev is 210 pounds or more tomorrow night when he takes on Sean Strickland to defend his middleweight title. There was one fighter who did miss weight, the little heathen, Jeremy Stephens, who's taking on King Green. King Green weighed in at 155, so a pound over the max limit, which is 156. You get the pound when it's not for a title fight. But Jeremy Stephens misses weight by 4 pounds, guys, 160 pounds. And I just spoke about this last week on the boxing card. I think it was Oscar Duarte's opponent, Angel Fierro, came in 4 pounds over as well. Jeremy Stephens looked horrible on the scales. He looked sucked in, depleted, and was still 4 pounds over. He's going to get, docked 20%, maybe more, because, if it's a pound over, you dock 20. But when you're 4 pounds over, maybe King Green asked for more, 30%. That's a lot of weight to miss by. But he did not look good at all. So I believe I picked Bobby King Green to win this fight. And I'm going to bet more now. Jeremy Stephens just did not look good at all. Everyone else makes weight on the card. Everything's good to go. So I cannot wait. I'm still going to lean with Chimaev. But listen, man, I did it in the breakdown. I said it before in the breakdown. If anyone can get through that onslaught of that first round blitz that Khamzat's going to bring, it's going to be Sean Strickland. Do I think he can make it through? I don't know. I'm leaning Chimaev by submission, and it's probably not even going to be like a clean submission. I can see him doing like how he did Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whittaker, where he just gets it on the face. Doesn't even have to be under the neck. On the jaw, hell, even on the nose line. I can see him just grabbing that nose line, go palm to palm, and just crushing Strickland's nose in, like where he breaks it and forces him to tap just through the pain, not even through a choke. Like, anywhere from here to here. If he can go crossface, go palm to palm and just squeeze, I could see like a nasty choke like that, because it hurts. If you get under the neck, he's going to go to sleep. But if he puts it across the face, you're trying to hurt them. You're trying to bust teeth in, break noses, break jaws. And he's got a nasty squeeze that he can do that. So I'm leaning more that way, but if he can't get it done in the first or early second, and Sean Strickland can start to weather those storms and get back to his feet, that's the big question. Can he get back up? DDP could never get back to his feet until it was late in the fifth round, where he was trying to force scrambles, but even then, he was still a step behind. That was just Chimaev kind of fading a little bit towards the end because it was his first 5-round fight. But this one, if Strickland can constantly force Chimaev to have to keep him down and wrestle up consistently, wrestle up out of these positions or even stuff shots, and then make him pay right away with those front kicks, that stiff jab. He can't string too long combinations because he's going to get, Chimaev will level drop and then just shoot into those combinations. But Strickland doesn't really do that anyway. So if he can pop him with the jab, 1-2, keep it simple, keep his base low, use those front kicks up the middle. If anyone can do it, it might be Sean Strickland, but I'm still hesitant to pick him. I'm still going to ride with Khamzat Chimaev on this one. The co-main event, Van Tatsuro Taira. I'm still picking Van. He's the underdog, but man, Taira, I really like Tatsuro Taira, man. And then even with the embeddeds, you get to see a little bit of how he is. He's a humble kid, man. He's got great grappling, great jiu-jitsu. But Joshua Van is, he's scrappy, dude. He's not one of these guys who just gets taken down and accepts the position. He's always looking to get back to his feet and get back to his bread and butter, which is his boxing. And if he can do that and just wear Tatsuro Taira out, Tatsuro Taira has never been 5 rounds. Neither has Joshua Van, but Joshua Van has the superior gas tank, in my opinion. And I think if he can just make Taira work those first few rounds and just stay on the gas, keep the pressure on him, I think he can get a late finish over Tatsuro Taira. But Tatsuro Taira, man, he is a sticky dude, man. Once he gets to your back, he's like a mini Aljo, man. Once he gets to your back, it's hard to shake him off. So we'll see what Taira can do, if he can do something early in the fight to really take some of that steam out of Josh Van. Volkov, Acosta, I'm still going to lean Acosta on this one. I just think he's going to be able to outbox Alexander Volkov. He's shown that he can defend takedowns. Volkov really, he is starting to evolve his game a little bit since he's been back in Vegas, but I think I'm still going to take Costa at plus money. So he's plus 125 dog. Joshua Vance plus 135 dog. Khamzat is a big favorite at minus 500. Strickland's plus 375. Sean Brady's the slight favorite, minus 175 over Joaquin Buckley. A lot of people are leaning Buckley, man. I was watching the Deepwater's podcast. Masvidal and Poirier are both. They told Dean Thomas to his face. Dean Thomas works with Sean Brady. They're like, that's a bad matchup. It's a really bad matchup for Sean Brady, And then Sean Brady coming off that knockout loss to Michael Morales. I mean, it's been a while. But that's still always in the back of your head, man. Is my jaw going to hold up? Can I take a shot? And if anyone's going to test it, it's going to be someone like Joaquin Buckley, who is just, he's built like a fucking tank, man, at 170 pounds. I mean, the dude used to fight at 85 and was getting finishes. So he's got the power. He's got the explosiveness. So this is going to be an interesting match. I'm still going to lean Brady because of his grappling and his superior jiu-jitsu. But, man, I think come fight night, it might be a coin toss, man. I might switch to Buckley, but I'm really liking Sean Brady in this matchup. Like I mentioned, Jeremy Stevens looked like shit. He's a plus 300. I think the line moved a lot after the weigh-ins. King Green is minus 400. I'm still riding King Green. Atibe Gutier makes weight, which is crazy. That dude is huge for middleweight. But he's got Ozzy Diaz in front of him, but he's a minus 1,100. I'm still riding Atibe Gutier. Joel Alvarez is still a dog at plus 160 over Yaroslav Amazov. He's coming over from Bellator, former world champion, I believe, in Bellator. Everyone is picking him to be the next big thing in the welterweight division. But I'm still going to go Joel Alvarez on this one at plus money. He's explosive. He's fought the better competition in the UFC. And I think he's going to get the job done over Amazov. Grant Dawson, Mateus Rebecki. I'm going Rebecki at plus 125 over Grant Dawson. Jim Miller, still around, man, taking on Jared Flash Gordon. He's a dog at plus 230. Everything says go Jared Gordon, but where Jim Miller is his best at is where Jared Gordon is his worst at, and that's in the jiu-jitsu department. If Jim Miller can get a hold of him, which is a big if though, Jim Miller can put him away with the rear naked choke like he has done so many more before Jared Gordon. But we're just going to see, man. I think it's a good matchup for Jim Miller. I'm still going to lean Jim Miller, man. That might be my throwaway bet, but I'm liking Jim Miller. Kopylov versus Tulio. I'm liking Kopylov at plus money. He's fought the better competition. Tulio is really good, but I'm still going to go with Roman Kopylov. Pat Sabatini versus Willem Gomes from France. Pat Sabatini, man, that's the dude right there, minus 200. And then Bisinger Suskarayev, he's minus 700 against Jordan Santos. Suskarayev, which is Chimaev's boy, I'm going with him. And then Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa from Peru. I'm going to go Jose Ochoa. He's a slight favorite at minus 180. So that's the rundown for UFC 328. Everyone except for Jeremy Stephens made weight. I rewatched Fabio Wardley versus Joseph Parker. Danny Dubois came in at a record high 251 and 1.1 pound, which is the heaviest he's ever been. Wardley came in at 142, which is usually around where he comes in at. I watched the Joseph Parker fight where he won the interim WBO title. This dude was throwing up to almost close to 100 punches around as a heavyweight in the 10th and the 11th before he got the stoppage. I thought it was an early stoppage. I didn't think Joseph Parker was that hurt. But, man, he was putting a pace on Joseph Parker that he was not used to. So I like Joseph Parker. I like Fabio Wardley's output. He can take a shot. But, man, Daniel Dubois, especially coming in a little bit heavier, he's still the guy that put away AJ in 3 rounds. He's still the guy who gave Usyk a decent fight in the first one. You know, could have been called a knockdown against Usyk in the first one. You know, Usyk said it was low. A lot of people thought it was a legit body shot. But, you know, it's still a dangerous Dubois who's coming in heavier, which might bring more power. I just don't know how this one's going to play out. A lot of people are taking Dubois by early knockout. But, man, I really like Fabio Wardley. If he can withstand those first couple rounds where Dubois is going to come out firing he's going to be firing for a knockout because they've had beef. You know, there's every single time they do a presser or a face-off, Dubois turns his back, walks off, doesn't shake hands. He doesn't like Fabio Wardley, so he's going to come out for blood. If Fabio Wardley is smart, use his legs because he does have great movement. He's lighter for a heavyweight in these days where, you know, these heavyweights are north of 250, if he can just not get caught, stay defensively sound, he might have a really good shot of retaining his WBO title and possibly even getting a finish late against Daniel Dubois. You know, Daniel Dubois goes for broke in those early rounds. We've seen him get tired. We've seen him get worn out. And Fabio Wardley is going to start putting long combinations on him and stay in his face, back him up, and wear him out. I could see Fabio Wardley winning by a decision or a late stoppage. So with those two things out of the way, let's get into the UFC White House press conference. It was a good press conference. Everyone was pretty respectful up there, except for Josh Hogan, man. They ended up walking him out at the end because he's so cringy and just so obnoxious. I mean, the whole cape, I don't get it, man. I know you have to sell yourself and make people watch you, but when you're that obnoxious, I mean, he doesn't have to do that. I mean, he showed in his last fight against Curtis Razor Blades. If you fight like that, you don't need to be a fucking weirdo to sell yourself. Like, after that fight, people will watch you fight. I mean, so I don't understand this whole persona he's got going on because it's so bad. And it's like everyone up on the panel was just like putting their head back like, oh my God, this motherfucker right here just won't shut up. And it's not funny at all. It's not clever. It's not funny. You know, his opponent, Derek Lewis, was just like, had his head down like this motherfucker is just, I mean, it was wild. And then he starts talking shit to Alex Pereira, who's one seat over. So it was Hokit, I believe it was Sean O'Malley, Alex Pereira, and then Ilya. And so he's like telling Alex Pereira, fuck you, all this and that. Alex Pereira's like, I don't even know who he is. But then Ilya starts talking shit. Hokitz calls him a midget, says, fuck you, I'll fuck you up. Ilya gets up. He actually throws something at it, hits Josh Hokit. I mean, bro, Ilya ain't afraid of anyone. Like, he got up like he was ready to start throwing on Josh Hokit. And they're going back and forth. Then Alex Pereira stands up, gets in between them, and you can hear the crowd going crazy. And then it's like, after they both sit down, Alex Pereira shakes Ilya Toporia's hand. I'm like, we just got a new best friendship going on here. Ilya Topuria, Alex Pereira, two of the baddest men on the planet. That was one of the best things of the whole UFC White House presser. But like I said, most of the other guys, very respectful. Ilya was still very respectful to Gaethje, but I mean, did say, I want to knock him out. All he has to do is show up. I'll take care of the rest. Gaethje was like, I started my career fighting outside. I'm going to probably end one of my last two fights is going to be outside. So he's already contemplating retirement, which is not something you want to do against a puncher and a fighter like Ilya Topuria. I mean, I think Ilya knocks him out within 2 rounds. And then, so, I mean, shout out to Justin. He knows his job. He's got to go in there and try to get a knockout. But I think Ilya is going to just be the better fighter, man. Justin is going towards the tail end of his career, and Ilya is just still in his prime. I don't even know if he's in his prime yet, which is scary because how much he can get better is crazy, I mean, he gets better every fight. I mean, and to keep knocking out legend after legend after legend, if he knocks out Gaethje, that might be the best 4 knockout wins in a row of all time in the UFC. Of all time. One of the greatest featherweight champion in the world, Alexander Volkanovski, KO. The second greatest featherweight champion of all time, and Max Holloway, knockout. Charles Oliveira, one of the greatest lightweights of all time, former lightweight champion of the world, knockout. And then if he goes and beats Justin Gaethje, 2-time interim lightweight champion of the world, probably soon to be Hall of Famer, and knocks him out, man, I don't know if there's a better knockout resume out there, all back to back to back to back. So I'm looking forward to that. We really couldn't hear anything from Cyril Gane because he was just getting booed to hell by the entire audience at the press conference. But he seemed like he was in good spirits. That's going to be a good fight, man. I really think it's going to come down to Alex Pereira. He needs to be able to control where this fight is going to take place. And I don't mean on the feet or the ground. It's going to be a stand-up fight. But it's going to depend on where this fight happens and in the range it happens in. If he cannot cut off the octagon and pin Cyril Gane down, and then so he can attack the leg kicks and then set up that left hook, he's going to be in trouble because Cyril Gane has great footwork. He moves a lot, and he's probably one of the most, if not the most athletic heavyweight in the division, if not of all time. I mean, he's so athletic. I mean, he can do crazy stuff. And he's got a pretty decent gas tank, so he can move, So it's just going to depend on if Cyril Gane is willing to engage in multiple strikes, or if he's just going to try to pop shot him from the outside, or if Alex Pereira can cut him off and really force him into like a corner where he can unleash big shots, 2-3 combinations, attack that leg. He's got to attack the leg early, but Cyril Gane's going to know that. Right, so he's going to be on his bike, lateral movement, side to side, across skirting around the edge of the octagon. So Alex Pereira, if he can pin him down, start landing big leg kicks early to take some of that movement away, then he'll have a better chance. But if he can't find him, Cyril Gane might make it a long night for Alex Pereira and take his chances away of becoming the first 3-weight title holder in UFC history. But that fight's going to be great. Sean O'Malley, Ayman Zahabi. Ayman Zahabi was getting booed like no one else as well. He's Canadian. I think Sean O'Malley can finish him. But Sean O'Malley hasn't looked hungry, man, in a long time. I got to be honest. And I like Sean O'Malley. Or Shane O'Malley's. Why do I keep calling him Sean? Yeah, Sean O'Malley. Shane O'Malley. I'm thinking about Shane O'Malley, Shane McMahon. So yeah, Sean O'Malley. I think he has the tools, but I just don't know if he has the hunger. But if he can't get up for a White House card, then maybe it's time to walk away. But Ayman Zahabi is going to come. He has a point to prove. He wants a shot at the title. He's coming off a good win streak. If he can put Sean O'Malley away, he automatically injects himself in the top 3 for a next shot at the bantamweight title. I mean, he doesn't have a big name, but you can only be undeniable for so long before you get the opportunity. So I like Sean O'Malley, but I think I'm going to lean Ayman Zahabi for the upset on that one. Mauricio Hufi, Michael Chandler. I'm going Mauricio Hufi. I just think Michael Chandler, they did him a solid by getting him on the card because of all this shit and the backouts with Conor McGregor. So they put him on here, but they're not doing him any favors by giving him Mauricio Hufi. I think Hufi stops him second, third round. We had Kyle Dawkins and Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel looks like a 12-year-old table tennis player up there with that haircut. He needs to buzz that shit back down. He looked weird. People were booing him. He should get the win. But, man, Kyle Dawkins is a dog, man. He's been on a resurgence as of late. I think if Bo Nickel can take you down, but if Kyle Dawkins keeps it at range and keeps that low base and just forces Bo Nickel into a striking match, he'll have opportunities. But for now, I'm going to lean Bo Nickel. I just think his superior wrestling is going to just be too much for Kyle Dawkins. And then we had Lopez versus Steve Garcia. I like Steve Garcia, man. I really do. But I just think Lopez is going to be too much, man. Too much on the feet and too much on the ground. The jiu-jitsu game is too good. I'm going to go Diego Lopez on this one, man. So that was the whole presser and my kind of rundown of that card. And now to the madness that was Chimaev, Strickland at the press conference yesterday. I mean, that was wild. You know, everyone saying, you know, Chimaev was trying to take his knee out. I think he just wanted to kick him, and he just happened to hit him like in the upper quad. He wasn't trying to blow his knee out before the fight. He's not, you know, headbutting him like Armin. But it was more of the same, you know. Strickland calling him a Chechen whore, a goat fucker, all these like Islamic slanderous things that you can say. And then Chimaev on the side is like, I'm going to be your daddy. I'm going to, Jesus. You know, talking about him and his dad, saying that he's poor. You know, I'm going to kill him. Eric knows what's up. The Eric Nixick he's referring to. So it was more of the same of that. But they were just back and forth. I mean, I felt so bad for Joshua Van and Tetsuro Taira. I think they both got one question each. And then the rest of the entire press conference was Strickland and Chimaev just yelling over each other. So, and then the kick, of course. I'm still going to take Chimaev on this one, guys. But Strickland is a dog. He says everything he says what he means, and he's going to go in there and back it up. And that's why I said it in the previous episode. I give Strickland a lot of credit because he says what a lot of people say online, knowing damn well they're never going to see that person they're talking shit about or trolling. And Strickland is going to say it to your face, and then he's going to go in there and fight you. So whether he wins or loses, he's gonna fucking fight and say what he means, and then he'll own it afterwards, you know. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm still taking Khamzat Chimaev over Strickland, but I hope it's a great fight in New Jersey. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications. Watch fights, drink pints. See you on the next one. Peace!